Hey everybody, Aaron Rift here from NoDQ.com. Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on the website as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate, RingsideNews.com. WWE SummerSlam is this coming Sunday. NoDQ.com will be having live coverage as we do for every mega event, as I like to put them now, since pay-per-view is essentially dead. I will be there in person at SummerSlam for the 6th straight year to cover the event for NoDQ.com. And also, if you're going to be at SummerSlam or you're in the LA area, come stop by after the show across the street at Hooters. We'll be having the annual NoDQ.com post-SummerSlam dinner. Jeff Meacham will be there. It's always been a great time. Everyone that's shown up every year has had a lot of fun, and we've had good turnouts. So hope to see some of you there at Hooters after SummerSlam. Now that that's out of the way, let's get right down to your questions. First one today comes from Kayfabe Candy Ass. Is WWE retarded? With Daniel Bryan being a beloved, sympathetic babyface who is recovering from injury and just stopped a legit home invasion, why do they feel the need to go with a fair angle? Even if it's just Stephanie McMahon lying for heat, it's totally unnecessary. Well, to answer your question, first off, yes, WWE is retarded. Second of all, I agree with you. I feel that it was unnecessary, and if you're going to copy an angle from another promotion, why would they copy the Claire Lynch angle in TNA? Why? During that segment, all I could do was think about Claire Lynch. That's the only thing I was thinking about, and that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of this segment. I guess the mindset behind it was Stephanie being able to turn the tables on Brie Bella and get her arrested and get the heel heat before the pay-per-view. But I just feel there were other things that they could have done. To me, in a fair angle, yeah, it really does make Daniel Bryan look bad, and you know, I'm sure in the end it'll be revealed that Stephanie was lying and this was all set up, but still, not really a big fan of it. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Wasn't all that blown away by it, and not really looking forward to the match all that much at SummerSlam. But I'm sure that WWE is going to be making a big deal out of this match, and this storyline is getting high priority, so maybe it'll be decent. We'll just have to wait and see. Alright, this one comes from Keith Mitchell, 84. Hey Aaron, in light of Hulk Hogan's celebration on Raw, do you think the WWE are wasting their time on these? Instead of being something special, they come off as lame and predictable. Please answer in video. Well, first off, anytime you have Paul Orndorff coming out to his WCW theme music, that is not a waste of time. It is never a waste of time. As far as I'm concerned, Paul Orndorff could come out on Raw every week with that theme song. It is so awesome. And for you to even consider this segment being a waste of time when Paul Orndorff with that mustache came out to that music, shame on you, Keith Mitchell, 84. But anyways, I enjoyed the segment. To me, it was a lot of fun nostalgia to have Hall and Nash come out with the NWO music, Hall doing the survey. And there was a purpose behind this. It was designed to pop a rating, and you know, you did have Brock Lesnar and John Cena come out at the end, and it worked for WWE. The segment did do well in the ratings. That third hour of Raw was higher than usual, so it was a rating success, and it accomplished what it needed to accomplish. It got a lot of people tuning in at the end of the show at the overrun, and a lot of people saw that final confrontation with Brock Lesnar and John Cena. So it absolutely was not a waste of time, and I'm sure that they'll do more of these types of segments. You know, Hulk Hogan doesn't appear on Raw all that often, so when he does appear, it is something special. So I didn't find it lame or predictable at all. I really enjoyed it, and Paul Orndorff coming out to that music was awesome. All right, this one comes from Mr. Jesse Long. Please answer in video. With Kevin Steen, Kenta, and Devet all on the horizon in NXT, how would you debut them? All at once in one night, like TakeOver 2, for example. Maybe as a stable, or staggered over a couple months. Thanks, love the show. Well, I don't think I would do a repeat of Nexus where you have all of them show up at once and be part of a faction. It's kind of a been there, done that feel. I'd rather them just come in slowly over time, not rush it, not bring in all of them at once as single stars, but rather maybe debut one and then a couple months later debut another, that sort of thing. The same thing with bringing them in as like a three-person stable. They already did that with the Shield when they debuted. So I'd like to see something different. I think it's better. All three of them have potential to be huge in WWE. Just roll them out slowly over time and, let them get their experience in NXT first and just gradually bring them in. All right, this one comes from Wrestling Do 95. Yo, Aaron, what have been your thoughts on Impact Wrestling since they've been airing shows in New York City? How did a TNA question get in here, by the way? No, actually, in all seriousness, I'm glad to get some TNA questions here and change it up a little bit. To answer your question, I've been enjoying the shows. I feel that the atmosphere is fun, even though it's a small venue. The fans are very rabid, and it has a nostalgic feel to it. It's the same venue where the early Raws were held, and Scott Steiner's outside trying to raise hell. I don't know what he's doing out there, but yeah, I've really been enjoying the shows. They're putting out their best effort, even though things aren't looking so optimistic in TNA right now. I do give the roster credit for going out there and still giving it 100% and giving it their best. So hats off to those guys. And the quality of the shows have been very good, very entertaining. The episode where Dixie went through the table, it was really well done. It was a memorable moment in TNA. I mean, it's something we'll remember for several years. It's not something we're just going to forget about the next week. And so they did a really good job building up to the big climax with Dixie going through the table. So I thought it was really well done. This one comes from CDrag56. And basically the question here about your thoughts on Dixie going through the table. Even though she didn't really go through a table, Bully's ass took the bump. Please answer in video. Well, the thing is, that's the way Bully usually does it, especially with people that aren't trained professionals. That's the same thing with Terry Runnels when she went through the table, and with Mae Young, basically they were very well protected. So that's all it was here with Dixie. I don't have any issue with it. I mean, she still took the bump. She still got up there with him and went through the table with him. So, it was a cool spot. It was very well done. And, I think TNA gave the fans something that they wanted to see. And that's not something that can be said very often. So, thumbs up segment from TNA. All right, this one comes from Creature13. Would it look bad for the U.S. if there were more subscribers internationally for the WWE Network? Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, WWE is a worldwide company, so one would think that they would do well with the WWE Network, and perhaps more Scott Steiner would help them out. But regarding international subscribers, I think that WWE would be thrilled if the numbers were higher than they were in the U.S. I mean, money is money to WWE, so it doesn't matter if you got people in the U.S. subscribing or people in Japan subscribing. They just want to get those numbers as high as possible. So that is the key here. I don't think it would look bad for the U.S. I mean, 700,000 is a good number. It's just that WWE, they overestimated their potential audience, and they have nobody to blame on that but themselves. I mean, when you look at the buy rates for like WrestleMania, they always did around 700,000 domestic pay-per-view buys for recent WrestleMania. So, that should have shown you right there. Those are the amount of people, that's the amount of people that were going to spend money on the WWE product. All right, this one comes from WWE fan Dark Arrow. Hey, Aaron, if Daniel Bryan is to return at Royal Rumble, wouldn't they put him against Brock Lesnar, because of the rematch clause? Well, I could definitely see that as a possibility, especially if Roman Reigns is going to be booked to win the Royal Rumble. Somebody suggested a few videos ago the idea of Daniel Bryan coming back as a surprise in the Royal Rumble, which they could do, but if Roman Reigns is being booked to win the Rumble, that could backfire. There could be a backlash there from fans if Daniel Bryan comes back in the Rumble match and doesn't win it. So one way to avoid that potential backlash would be to put Daniel Bryan in the title match against Brock Lesnar. And maybe you might want to consider putting the Royal Rumble before the Bryan-Lesnar match if you do that. So that way Roman Reigns wins and fans can still feel that there's a chance Daniel Bryan will win against Brock Lesnar. If you put on Bryan versus Lesnar first and fans realize Bryan's not going to be in the main event at WrestleMania, you could have a repeat of last year. So we'll see how they handle that. But certainly that would make a lot of sense to have Bryan challenge for the title if Brock Lesnar's champion. All right, last question today from Dave451985. How did Cesaro go from having so much momentum and winning the Andre Battle Royal to now being a mid-level jobber? WWE has been totally blowing a real talent. Is there any chance he can ever regain that momentum, or is WWE completely done pushing him? Well, the word is that they're going to push him again, but I really feel that it may be too little too late because he was really hot for a period of time, but then he significantly cooled off, and I don't know if you can regain that momentum. That is a big question mark. You look at somebody like Zack Ryder. He was hot, but then when he got cold, he hasn't really recovered from that. So, Cesaro is just an extremely talented performer, so he could rise against the booking and still get over. But he's not really getting the reactions that he was getting before. So it is a troubling sign that he might not be able to get over with the fans again. But we'll see what happens. If they push him strong and build him up again and put him in a significant storyline, who knows? Anything's certainly possible. All right, that'll do it for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for SummerSlam coverage. And I will see you guys after SummerSlam with my thoughts on the show. So check that out. See you next time.